Does your offer to Caitlin still stand? And do you have a message for her if she's on the fence?
Yes, it does still stand. If she's on the fence, we could talk about anything that's concerning her. I think we will accommodate her in any way, shape, or form.
I've had a lot of fun, being in the spotlight and helping grow this game and move it forward, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. But I think I know firsthand how talented this league is.
Caitlin Clark was once presented with a massive opportunity, reportedly a $10 million offer from Ice Cube to join the Big 3. Despite the stark contrast between that figure and her much lower WNBA salary, she chose to turn it down. That decision has sparked plenty of debate. Some believe she passed up a career-defining payday, while others argue there may have been bigger priorities at play beyond money. So the question remains, did Caitlin Clark make the wrong call by rejecting such a lucrative deal? Basketball itself has grown into a global sport, expanding far beyond its traditional roots. While it continues to gain traction internationally, it still holds a dominant presence in the United States, especially with the emergence of alternative professional leagues outside the NBA. One notable example is the Big 3, a 3-on-3 league co-founded by Ice Cube. The league features 12 teams made up of former NBA players and well-known international basketball figures. Its appeal largely comes from the star power and recognizable names on those rosters, which has helped drive its financial success. In fact, the league reached a milestone in 2024 when it sold its first franchise for $10 million, highlighting just how valuable and competitive it has become.
We've looked at our guards over the years and the size of our guards and said, that's a position that if a female was to play in the Big 3, that would be a position that they would probably, of course, if she joined our league, it would lift the league to new heights.
The league made a bold attempt to secure one of the most in-demand athletes in the game, someone who has clearly shown she can deliver immense value with her impact on basketball. Caitlin Clark recently wrapped up what many consider one of the greatest college careers ever. She became the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball and even surpassed Pete Maravich's long-standing NCAA record for total career points across both men's and women's divisions. But her popularity isn't just about records. Clark consistently drew massive attention during her college years, packing arenas and generating some of the highest TV ratings the sport has ever seen. The 2024 championship matchup between Iowa and South Carolina became the most-watched women's college basketball game ever, averaging 18.7 million viewers, an 89% jump from the previous year. At the center of both of those games was Clark herself, the key figure behind the recent surge in interest around NCAA women's basketball. Across the entire tournament, viewership records were shattered in every round, largely because of her presence. Much of that appeal comes from her exciting style of play. Clark combines elite skill with a magnetic personality on the court, making her performances must-watch. Her deep shooting range and playstyle have often drawn comparisons to Stephen Curry, with her long-range shots and scoring abilities standing out as some of the most electrifying moments in the game. She's arguably one of the most exciting players the game has ever seen. Simply put, Caitlin Clark is a true box office attraction, someone who draws attention and crowds wherever she goes. Her appeal is so strong that she's even brought in fans who had never followed basketball before, thanks to her natural charisma and captivating style of play. Because of that, it's no surprise that she generates value everywhere she plays. That widespread appeal is a major reason why Ice Cube offered her a massive deal to join the Big 3. Beyond her talent, there was a clear belief that her game could adapt well to the league's fast-paced 3-on-3 format. However, the financial aspect was the real headline. The reported offer was worth $10 million over 2 years, essentially $5 million per season. In comparison, Clark's WNBA salary sits at just over $76,000, a stark contrast. Even the league's top earners, like Kalia Copper and Jewel Lloyd, make around $242,000 annually, which still falls far short of what Clark could have earned. To put it into perspective, that $5 million yearly offer even surpasses the minimum salary of many NBA players. It shows just how much the Big Three valued Clark, not only as a player but as a global draw capable of instantly elevating the league's profile. Ice Cube later explained his reasoning during an appearance on the All the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, emphasizing that the offer reflected both her talent and her unmatched ability to attract attention to the game.
10 weeks if you want to win a championship, 8 weeks if you plan on, not making the playoffs. So, we always sign players for the 10 weeks thinking they'll make it to the end.
As Ice Cube himself explained, the primary motivation behind offering such a massive contract to Caitlin Clark was her unmatched ability to draw attention and grow the league. He understood that her presence alone could elevate the Big Three into something far bigger than it already is. While the Big Three has built a solid fan base, it's still considered more of a niche competition rather than a mainstream professional league. Much of its appeal comes from its relaxed, streetball-style atmosphere, where players participate as much for enjoyment as for competition, something fans genuinely appreciate. However, Clark joining the league could have completely transformed its status. Her popularity has the power to attract a much broader audience, bringing in both casual viewers and dedicated fans from all backgrounds. In that sense, the $5 million per year offer, while enormous, could have easily paid for itself through increased ticket sales, merchandise, and overall exposure. The idea of Clark competing in that environment would have been especially compelling. Imagine her, a young star guard, going up against experienced former NBA players and hitting deep three-pointers over them. It's the kind of spectacle that would instantly capture global attention. And it's not like the competition would be weak. The league has featured serious talent, including players like Joe Johnson, who won the Big Three MVP in 2023 and was widely regarded as one of the best isolation scorers during his NBA career. Putting Clark on the same court with seasoned veterans like that would create a unique and unprecedented viewing experience, something that could have turned the league into a major global attraction. From a broader perspective, the goal was to elevate the league's standing in the basketball world, drawing in fans from across the country and turning the Big Three into a more profitable and widely recognized competition. Ice Cube clearly viewed Caitlin Clark as the key piece to unlocking that next level of growth. It wasn't just about ticket sales or TV ratings either. Merchandise played a huge role in the equation. With Clark's name attached, jerseys and other products would likely have sold at an incredible pace. To put things into context, WNBA merchandise sales surged by 500% during the 2024 season, largely driven by Clark's popularity. If she had joined the Big Three, that same demand could have translated into massive profits, even if items were priced at a premium. There was also a strategic angle behind the offer. By securing Clark on a $5 million per year deal, the league could have ensured her full commitment, removing the need for her to play in other competitions like the WNBA or overseas leagues. Financially, she would have had the freedom to rest between seasons without worrying about income. Even so, for a highly competitive player like Clark, the priority remains performing at the highest level of the sport, which is the WNBA rather than a league like the Big Three. Still, Ice Cube made it clear during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show that he hasn't completely given up on the idea, suggesting that it might even be possible for her to balance playing in both leagues.
I feel like maybe at this point in time in her career, playing in the WNBA while simultaneously playing in another league, maybe at this point in her career is just a little bit too much to handle.
Caitlin Clark never publicly addressed the Big Three offer, but quietly declined it to focus on the WNBA, likely due to factors like fatigue, schedule demands, and the challenge of balancing two leagues. As Rachel Demita noted, managing both would have been overwhelming, especially after her non-stop run since March Madness. Beyond that, Clark prioritized long-term career health, legacy, and stability over short-term money. With major endorsements from brands like Nike already earning her millions, she didn't need the Big Three deal financially. Ultimately, she chose the WNBA to build her legacy, grow the league, and maximize her career longevity rather than risk burnout or distraction for a higher immediate payday.